30 hours in the cockpit of one of the most advanced aircraft ever built. No breaks, no restaurants, and no cabin crew serving you a hot meal. For trades for B-2 bomber pilots, eating isn't a luxury, it's part of the mission. The B-2 Spirit stealth bomber can fly from the heart of the United States to nearly anywhere in the world without stopping. Missions can last 30, even 40 hours from takeoff to landing. That means the crew lives inside the cockpit for over a day, performing one of the toughest jobs on the planet. So, pilots follow a strict food plan. Meals are chosen for simplicity and their effect on the body. Turkey sandwiches, instant oatmeal, protein bars, plenty of water, snacks like sunflower seeds to stay alert without a sugar crash. All of it fits into a space no bigger than a backpack. But food is just the beginning. Long-haul bomber missions push the human body to its physical, mental, and emotional limits. Staying sharp for 30 hours isn't just about caffeine or willpower, it's about strategy. How you manage meals, rest, and focus. In this video, we'll dive into the cockpit to see how B-2 pilots prepare their food, stay awake, and keep flying at peak performance for an entire day and night without leaving their seats. Flying a B-2. Flying a B-2 bomber is nothing like a commercial jet. Sure, it's massive and powerful, but it's a combat platform built for stealth, precision, and endurance. Endurance is the key here. A typical long-range B-2 mission starts at Whiteman Air Force Base in Missouri and can reach targets in Europe, the Middle East, or deep in the Pacific. The trip can stretch past 30 hours, some even beyond 40, longer than most people stay awake in a work week. During that time, pilots fly at high altitude, manage complex navigation, monitor stealth systems, avoid detection, and coordinate midair refueling, often multiple times in one mission. The cockpit is pressurized and climate-controlled, but it's far from cozy. The two seats sit side by side with barely enough room to stand and stretch. Behind them, a small area holds a microwave, a cooler, and a compact toilet. That's your world for the next day and a half. The real challenge isn't just flying, it's living in that cramped space for so long. Fatigue creeps in slowly and dangerously. Reaction times slow, decisions falter, and in a mission where precision is everything, even a small slip can be costly. That's why food, hydration, and rest aren't extras for B-2 pilots, they're mission critical. As we'll see, the preparation for what goes into their bodies starts long before the bomber leaves the runway. Food. When you think of combat mission prep, you might picture checking weapons or flight plans. But for B-2 pilots, what they'll eat for the next 30 hours is just as critical. Food selection is planned days, sometimes weeks, in advance. Pilots work with aerospace physiologists and flight surgeons to pick meals that keep energy steady, avoid stomach issues, and maintain alertness. The goal: fuel the body without distracting the mind. Rule 1. Keep it simple. Heavy or spicy foods might be great on the ground, but in the air, they can cause discomfort or drowsiness. Turkey sandwiches are a go-to, lean protein, low-fat, easy to digest. They also follow a low-residue diet, meaning foods that produce less waste, reducing bathroom trips in a space smaller than a closet. Timing matters as much as the menu. Pilots avoid big meals before or during critical phases like takeoff, refueling, or weapons deployment. Instead, they snack lightly throughout the flight to maintain steady blood sugar and energy. In short, what you eat, when you eat, and how much you eat can make or break a crew's focus and performance. The B-2 Spirit is a marvel of technology, but inside the cockpit, comfort is minimal. Everything is about function, not luxury. The pilot's seats are side by side in a space more like a compact van than an airliner. Behind them is the living area, a small microwave, a cooler, and a compact toilet. The microwave is a game changer, heating up oatmeal, sandwiches, or vacuum-sealed meals. Warm food breaks the monotony of cold snacks and lifts morale during long, quiet stretches over the ocean. Routine. Once airborne on a long mission, life in the cockpit follows a strict rhythm. Every action, eating, resting, working, is timed to the flight's demands. The two pilots take shifts, one flies and monitors systems while the other eats, stretches, or takes a brief break. But they're never fully off-duty, both must be ready to take control at a moment's notice. Meal times align with mission phases. Big meals happen during calmer segments, while critical tasks like refueling or targeting are snack-free zones. Small bites or sips of water fill the gaps. Rest is carefully planned. There's no bed, but pilots can slide their seats back or rest on a narrow padded area. Power naps of 15 to 20 minutes can sharpen the mind, taken during stable flight segments. Longer rests are rare, save for uneventful stretches. Hydration is constant. The dry cockpit air can cause dehydration and headaches, so pilots sip water regularly, limiting caffeine to avoid energy crashes. Trash and food waste are sealed and stored to keep the cockpit clean and odor-free. This routine, though repetitive, is a lifeline. In a mission where a single mistake can be catastrophic, managing your hours in the air is as vital as flying the plane. Flying a B-2 for 30-plus hours tests not just skill but endurance. Even elite pilots feel their reaction times slow after hours of focus. Maintaining alertness is treated as seriously as fuel or navigation. Strategic eating is key. Small, frequent snacks like protein bars, nuts, and sunflower seeds provide steady energy without sluggishness. Caffeine is used sparingly, save for critical moments like night ops or landing. Overusing it early can lead to a crash later, so timing is crucial. In extreme cases, the Air Force may authorize alertness aids like modafinil under strict medical supervision, but these are no substitute for rest. Power naps are vital. A 15 to 20-minute rest can restore sharpness, timed for low-activity periods with one pilot always alert. Staying awake isn't about willpower, it's about smart planning, managing alertness like fuel from takeoff to landing. Let's walk through a real 37-hour B-2 mission. It starts before sunrise at Whiteman Air Force Base. Pilots arrive early, finalizing their food and hydration plans, meals packed into labeled, resealable bags for hours 1 through 5. After takeoff, they settle into cruise altitude. The first few hours involve navigating out of U.S. airspace and coordinating the first refueling, with light snacks like half a sandwich or a protein bar. Hydration is steady but measured to minimize bathroom trips. Hours 6 to 12, the first long stretch. One pilot flies while the other takes a break, maybe eating a warm meal like oatmeal or a preheated sandwich. The second refueling demands full focus from both. Hours 13 to 20. The body feels the strain. Pilots rotate tasks more frequently. Hours 21 to 28, the toughest phase, especially at night over the ocean. Caffeine is used sparingly, meals kept small and frequent. Hours 29 to 33, the mission's climax, target approach or task completion. No eating, all focus on flying and coordination. Hours 34 to 37, homeward bound with a final refueling, then descent and landing at Whiteman. Exhausted, the crew still handles debriefs and checks before heading home. This routine shows why food, hydration, and rest are as critical as the flight path. Without them, the mission could falter. A B-2 mission is a partnership between human endurance and cutting-edge technology. The aircraft can fly for over a day, but pilots aren't machines. Success hinges on their discipline and focus as much as the plane's capabilities. Flying 30 to 40 hours in a cramped cockpit demands incredible skill and stamina. If you admire the grit of B-2 pilots, drop a salute emoji in the comments and tell us, could you handle a mission like this, or would you tap out early? Long-range B-2 missions are marathons in the sky. Every sandwich, sip of water, and nap is part of a survival plan to keep pilots sharp for over a day in the air. It's a reminder that even the world's most advanced aircraft relies on the people inside. Without their endurance, the mission wouldn't succeed. If you learned something new, give this video a like and share it. Want to support the channel? Join the fleet for loyalty badges, priority responses, and help us bring more aviation and maritime stories to life. Click join on our channel page and get on board. Thanks for watching, and remember, in a B-2, there's no drive-through on the way home.